I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause. I get everyone involved. I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause. I get everyone involved.
Good morning.
Boom.
It's just when the call comes into the bullpen, you answer the phone, baby. Good morning.
Good morning. Great morning. Welcome back to another Nudelberg Daily Huddle, where you get to join us and get your morning coach talk. I am Mark Nudelberg, and I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee.
Wait, let's check that. Are you live or are you?
Oh, I am live. I am very live.
Very live.
It has been a wonderful event here at Oasis, which is the true network of advisors. And it's interesting. So for those of you who know us, you know that we've partnered with Scott Smith for a long time. You cultivated an unbelievable relationship with him, and he's a fantastic leader and human being. But I didn't really understand what this event was. And he had created this event specifically before the start of the fourth quarter, because for insurance people, this is the little break before it really gets crazy for them with renewals and all of the other things that are going on. So this is a true professional development event where it's focused on nothing insurance and completely personal development. And it's been a wonderful 2 days.
So we talk about personal development all the time. Shay, show me personal development.
So that would be
that was like tremendous personal development.
So, I will tell you that last night was possibly the best relationship development that I've had with the people of True Network ever, because I was on their playground. This is a place that they've come to for 3 years now. They always go to a bar named Legends, which is on Broadway in Nashville. Not only do they do this every year, they knew the band that played there by name. Like when we walked in, the band members knew the True Network people, and there were plenty of True people who got on stage to sing and do their own thing last night. So it was hilarious, and it was a great relationship development opportunity with them.
So, the story dates back to an initial call with Scott Smith where, I was doing what I do, never really talked about business, found out about who he was, loves music, loves basketball. We just had this great conversation. And he said, I really enjoyed this. Can we do it again? And I was like, yeah, boom. We did it again, and we talked further and got to know more. And he comes from very, very, very small means.
Humble background.
Humble background. We actually visited him in Guntersville, which was amazing. It was just an amazing time going to see where he grew up in this small little trailer park. And now is his dream to build this organization. And he told me from the get-go, which I was there at the sort of the first base, second base. Now it is. There's 110 agencies. Yeah, look at that, man.
I mean, it's been a wonderful trip, and we got the opportunity to hear from a bunch of great speakers yesterday. The highlight of the speakers was for sure seeing him do a fireside chat with Lance Armstrong. Lance was fantastic, and I will tell you that Scott was fantastic. Because Lance was not. Oh, that's a great picture of us from last night. There's Scott Smith and his wife Val. There's Joey Jansen, Liz Frere from Intrepid in Atlanta. And I will tell you that just the quality people they are, right? And like if you see Jonathan Aaron's comment, he says it was Enter Sandman. There's no other appropriate response other than jumping up and down. I was not the only one doing that in the bar. Like they were so much fun and so lively.
What was
and
that? Welcome to Clemson played that.
So yeah, it was Virginia Tech. It was Virginia Tech. And everybody enjoyed the football stories last night as we were rolling through the music. But when we left last night, there wasn't a single person in the bar that said, I have a whole new respect for the Nudelbergs. So,
holding up the tradition. Great job. It's humble for me because that used to be my event. I've spoken on that stage a couple of times. And to see you guys go there and get, right to it and develop or keep the relationships going is pretty special. So, Shay, let's wake this thing up. I want to hear about Lance Armstrong. We could probably listen. Let's do it.
And I have appropriate morning motivational music today. So
I can't wait to hear what you pick, Shay.
There you go, Shay. So my question to you before we get started, is Jake injured or is he hurt?
Oh, no, Jake's hurt. Jake's hurt. Jake, we're going to have to get a stretcher for Jake to get him to the airport. It's going to be a rough go for the rest of the day.
Those are the old time on the ball trips. I was just with Sam in Aspen and we reminisced about, we had an event in Vegas and I brought him with me and he basically was on the floor of the Vegas airport, just curled, kill me. Just please kill me, man.
We're not quite to the Vegas level, but we're close to that. And I will tell you that both from those pictures, Joey Jansen and Scott Smith have invites to join us here this morning, which they had initially accepted. And I think by the end of last night, they had both maybe wavered on that accepting of the invite a little bit. So I don't think they're going to join us.
Well, I know that Joey's coming to Eat, Drink, Think. Maybe we can get Scott.
Very excited about it. Very excited about it.
Well, I'll work on it for the first time. And he was like, this is magical, so it really is. So you're there, you take time, investing in yourself. You did go, and this is what I love about it. He opens it up to vendors and clients of vendors and clients of the people that are members of, so it's a learning.
He never calls anybody a vendor, right? You're either a member of True Network or you are a strategic partner of True Network. There are no vendors. There's no. He very meticulously chooses his language on how he represents everybody. And there are people here that are strategic partners or people that work with the agencies in similar capacities that we do, helping them somehow, some way with their business. And then there are all of the other agencies that are all a member of True and or Patriot right now, because True Network is tucked under the Patriot umbrella at this point.
So I want to talk through, we had the opportunity to speak in West Palm Beach at the beginning of the year. Scott afforded us that opportunity to be on stage and kind of talk about what we did. I saw this really cool looking older guy sitting outside by himself. I went up and sat down and sort of started rapping with him. Little did I know that he's one of the founders of the whole thing, Wayne. It was just as cool as it gets. I mean, he is as cool and confident. And from that time, I sat outside. We made a point to circle back and have a cigar. And from that cigar, the whole West Coast is working with us now.
So as True on the ball members, as soon as we got here on Monday, first thing we did was go to the gym. We checked into the hotel. I did my calls and did what I needed to do. And I was like, hey, we got a bunch of time before dinner. Let's go get a quick workout in. And as soon as I walked into the gym, wouldn't you know, the first person that I saw was Wayne.
Yeah.
And so it was such like a aha moment for me of like, right, when you show up to a convention, when you show up to an event where you know there's going to be a lot of professionals, one of the best places to run into the top 1% of those people are in the gym as soon as you get there, because he was getting a workout in and getting the plane out and doing all that kind of stuff. And so another thing that I bet you didn't know that I found out recently by being here, was that 4 of the top 10 producers inside of the Patriot Network, which has something like 400 sales associates, are working with On the Ball.
Well, number 1 is Chesley.
And I think number 6 is Joey. I think Joey is 6.
You know, it's really funny because, you know, I got a note from Blair. I don't know if Shay still has it loaded, but I got a note from Blair, who we've been working with a really short time at Right Way. And he said, I'm going to break the company record for this month. And he goes, you know, thank you for all, you here, look at this. Hope you're both having a great week. Just want to let you know I'm working on record-breaking month and possibly break the company sales record if I stay on track. Let's go.
It's amazing. And like,
bullshit. It's just not bullshit.
Almost the opposite of that is I'm working with Mariah at Arrow in California, who, when we engaged each other, she was way off where she needed to be for the year, almost pretty much to the point that there's no mathematical way that she could reach her number by the end of the year. But she is on pace to do a significant amount of business before the end of the year. Probably won't do her number, what will still do way more than she would have done had she not started working with us. And it all goes back to, she just disciplined herself, and she took this from our coaching call the other day, just winning the play, win the down at a time. Focused on winning one down at a time, and that has created a significant amount of momentum. That is
what people don't realize is that momentum that she's created, she will blow next year away.
Correct.
So she's on a roll where most people look at the end of the year as going down.
And what could have been a disastrous year for her will probably be something that she just barely misses.
So, you know, we got, this is a limited time show. This is a gift that I'm jumping in.
Shay.
Shay, what's the motivational music?
Bingo.
It's a good day to have a great day, baby. I woke up, sunshine knocking on my window. Feeling cooler than the other side of my feather pillow. Yeah. It's been a minute since I've been optimistic. I don't know what I did, but I'm doing something right. Bluebirds on my shoulder, counting 4-leaf clovers, sunshine serotonin. It's a good day to have a great day, baby. Blue jeans, silver lining. I'm out here cloud nining. Ask me why I'm smiling. It's a good day to have a great day, baby. Good day to have a great day, baby. It's a good day.
Woo!
Absolutely nailed it with the motivational morning music.
So
I'll tell you what, the boys were scared when I told Jake that I have a song for tomorrow. He's like, I don't know about this one.
Well done, Shay.
Well done. So the star of the show is Lance Armstrong. He's both well-known, controversial, call it a lot of different stuff. So what's the takeaways?
So I think the biggest takeaway, which Scott Smith asked him a great question at the end of the conversation, which he said, what was the most pivotal moment of your life? You've gone through so many transitions. And he goes, what was the most defining moment of your life? Could have been winning the 7 tour, could have been the doping scandal, could have been the Oprah interview he did. And he had a really unique response, which he said was, what I found is that defining moments in our lives are not moments. They're not wins. They're not losses. They're not singular moments. They're transitions. They're times that you let go of one thing and move on to the next, which is a combination of many days and weeks and months. And those are the most defining moments of your life. And I was like, dude, they like stapled my feet to the floor. I was like, oh my God.
One of the best comments I've ever heard, because the simple answer is to get, say this moment or that moment. But when you really unpack it, it's never that.
And
it's
he
a
said
combination of the journey up the mountain to get there, man. So it's just wow.
And so he was so cool. And so I just want to drop like some of the things that he was talking about.
Cool.
And he's a massive competitor, obviously, right? You don't win 7 Tour de France's while he was open, so was everybody else.
We don't ever talk about that as a skill set or, you know, but I'm a competitive motherfucker.
Right.
I've given that to you and Jake. We're competitive as hell between each other. I mean, what's going on with you and me, just in terms of the sales game, people don't see it.
Yeah.
There's a boom, boom, you know.
Yeah.
So being a competitor versus, oh, do we have a guest?
Oh, we're gonna have Scott Smith on the show with us this morning.
Awesome, never
Great timing because I just started talking about Lance. So welcome to the show, Scott Smith.
What's happening?
Miss you, brother. I miss you very much.
Yeah, I miss you too, man.
Yeah.
As you might tell, a little out a little late last night. My
These
voice.
guys told me the bet was that you and Joey never make it. Right?
Oh no, man. I told Mark when Mark asked me last night, which was in the middle of a very festive moment. I said, I'm only hesitating because of the say-do ratio. I need to hesitate. And I said, you know what? I'll come down. So I'm here.
I told him I'd give him a pass on the say-do ratio. I said, listen, we'll take the yes. And if you don't show up, won't be any hard feelings. We'll expect the no.
So once again, you delivered to your friends and your immediate family and to your, you know, extended family of strategic partners. I don't know how you keep doing it. I mean, I think you could have a career in producing quality learning events outside of what you're already doing.
You know, I know we use a lot of sports analogies, but Nick Saban there's a famous recording of him in a pregame speech. And, you know, one of the things he says is if it means something to you, you can't stand still. Mm. And I think when you find something that means so much to you, you can't stop trying to make it better. You just can't stop. And you become obsessed with making people feel good. I know it sounds very trite, but the emotional part of our connectivity and relationships, people telling you that they feel like they're better because of an experience they had. It's special, man. It's really special.
Pretty powerful. And knowing you the length of time I do and seeing the arc that this has grown, that commitment continues to spread with more agencies joining, like Lance Armstrong. Seriously, dude. I mean, like Arch Manning last year was like a game changer for me, and then this year, Lance Armstrong. It's like,
so
wow.
Speaking of Lance, I have a list of takeaways from yesterday. Okay. This is what I got from this talk. I'm just going to ask you off the top of your head. You did an unbelievable job administering the interview, right? And he was not an easy interview for those people who he was a little bit closed off to start, and you could tell that he wasn't sure, or you guys didn't really have it. And then as the interview went on, there was a connection that was formed, and he really started to get going. What was your biggest takeaway from the conversation with him yesterday?
Man, you know, it's the first time, and I did a bunch of research. You know, he even made a joke. You know, there's a lot of
There's a lot of information out there
to read and watch. He opened up about, you know, him acknowledging, you know, what a crappy childhood he had around. It's not normal what he went through. He mentioned actually going to a facility to start doing some work on himself. I think that's the only time I've seen him be vulnerable, and I believed it. I know there were some other times in the interview. I think he's still very guarded. And listen, as I tried to illustrate, I don't think you get to be one of one in the world at something without there being you're wired differently. Yeah. You know, the best cyclist in the world, and maybe in the history of the world, like you don't get to there without, and he talks about cycling with rage and anger. He had more fuel than anyone. So I think my takeaway was it's the first time I've seen like a little bit of vulnerability.
So that's
Mark, I just want to throw in that having done a zillion interviews myself, I think the quality of the interviewer, were able to make him comfortable to do that. That is a gigantic skill set. Just because if he's not comfortable with you, this is the fundamentals in what we teach and what we talk about, is that quickly building that trust and that bond. You did that. Mark explained it. He said Scott was amazing at the pace and the tone. You did that. So congratulations, man, because I'm very sorry I missed it. Hopefully Britt was there with the camera.
We've got some. I'll tell you one thing that, speaking to that, and there is some skill in the actual interview, but something that Mark talks about a lot is preparation. And, we had a 30-minute call with him before, with which he really didn't want to be on. And we kind of said, hey, listen, come on, man. Like, I don't want to be your people, right? And then I hopped backstage, even though it was only for 10 minutes. He was in the green room. We talked. I made sure to talk about personal stuff to try to make it human, because he gets it when they come to these things, they hop in, they hum out, they fly. It's just another gig. And so some of the stuff that I think that you look at that's successful in life, like preparation is so important. And I know that's a big part of what you guys teach.
Yeah.
So I want to, because we're getting close on time here and I don't want to run over on the show, but I want to point back to the thing that was your biggest takeaway, which was the thing that fueled him to be successful, which he acknowledged, was he was angry. He was angry at his childhood, and he made himself angry at his competitors. And the thing he recognized that then hurt him was he didn't have a switch for that anger. That anger then was taken out on reporters as well, and his team and the people around him, which gave him that persona that he was a dick. Just no other way to say it.
Right.
People didn't like him. And so it took him being incredibly humbled in the world's eyes to then look back on his life and go, that was a mistake, and I'm willing to now go do the work to figure out why I didn't have that switch, why I couldn't turn the rage off, and where that rage really came from, to understand it and unpack it. And he talked about trauma, he talked about therapy, he talked about conversations, and he talked about doing the work over years to now be in a place where he was able to sit with you and talk about it in a way where you felt his vulnerability and authenticity and was able to connect with him, which is so powerful.
Well, it was a special moment, and the actor Glenn Morshower. I don't know if you guys talked about.
I haven't talked about him. No.
Incredible. I mean, off the charts, incredible.
Hilarious.
Like somebody you want to go spend time with. And I'll leave you guys. I know you have a show.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go get some coffee so I can wake up. Last night, Adrienne Jansen came over as we were at the cocktail reception. She came over and she gave you a hug and she said, look over there. I looked over there and Joey and Mark were bantering about, this is Joey Jansen, 212 benefits. And she's like, you know what? Joey's a crew neck and a sport coat away from changing his last name to Nudelberg.
That is true. That is true. We're willing to take Joey in as an honorary Nudelberg anytime. So
I'll leave you with this quick thought. I knew from the start it was always about the people. You said to me early on, you got to be here. You got to invest your time to be here. And over the course of the years, that has proven to be the best wisdom that is, you've turned us on to, and you've turned me on to a lot of learning. But West Palm Beach was amazing. Now this, and we continue to build and grow. And every time there's deeper relationships. So heartfelt gratitude to you. I love you, man.
Yeah, man. I love you too. Love all you guys.
Thanks, I love you
Be
too.
good.
Be good, man.
So what we'll do is, because we're overtime already on the show, I'll bank the rest of the Lance Armstrong topics because there's so many. Put it together. Jake and I will probably talk about it tomorrow on the show with some other content, and we'll go from there. But just a really, really incredible experience. And I push as many of you to find your ways to get professional development. Obviously, On the Ball and what we do is one way to do it, but there are so many ways to find content and communities to grow in. You need to find yours.
So I got a question. Is it really work, or are you having fun?
At all. I got to tell you, I put my arm around Jake last night and had a moment of like, are you kidding me? Like, this is really what we're doing, and this is really what we're building a business around. Like, it does not get better than this.
It does not get better. Congratulations to both of you guys. I know I'll hear more about it. For me, I'm signing off.
We'll see you in 10 days. Enjoy your trip to Europe and have an absolute blast.
I am doing the accountability call today. I'm sitting in for you guys. And then right afterwards, I have a car picking me up and taking me. So if you are not involved in that call and you want to be, let me know, because I got some, the Amarin folks are joining me today. So there'll be a crowd there. It'll be fun.
Love it.
Yep.
Awesome. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business.